Look, all my niggas savage, rotten like a carrot. They say they got baggage. We know you.
Upcoming NBA season, there has been many off-season moves that has been happening in the last couple of weeks. Also, big-time draft picks by NBA teams, and also big-time NBA stars is coming back from injury. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 NBA star players who have the most to prove this upcoming season. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Will. We're back again with another video. And yes, there are many big-time players, many star players that are willing to prove why they belong and why they have a reason why they can lead the team to a championship. So we're not going to do this list in order. We are going to just name the players, why they have the most to prove, and what's at stake for them. So, before we get into this video, if y'all new to my channel, I want to make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, thank y'all all for the support in the last couple of videos. It means a lot to me. Now, the first player we're going to get into is Paul George. Yes, playoff P, regular season urine, pathetic P, pandemic P, whatever y'all want to call it. We know he choked in the playoffs. We know what kind of player he is in the playoffs. Obviously, he needs to work on performing in the big moments and not being scared of the big moments. But also, Paul George, you're such a great two-way player. I feel like if you play like you did in OKC, the Clippers, y'all should be in the Western Conference Finals with the Lakers. If Paul George played like he did in OKC when he was an MVP candidate, averaging 30 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, two steals per game, one of the best defensive players in the league. If he can stay consistent from 3, shooting 40%, at least 38%, and Paul George, we know him to be in the regular season, y'all should be in the Western Conference Finals. So Paul George, you have a lot to prove. So this is why you're on my list. Next player we're going to get to is Trae Young. Now, the Hawks, I give the Hawks a round of applause. Y'all did y'all thing in the offseason. Y'all surprised all of us. Not only did you get Chris Dunn, you also got Rondo, who can be a great mentor for Trae Young and limiting his turnovers and being a great floor general for him. Also, y'all got Gallinari, who can also space the floor and shoot the 3 for y'all. Then y'all picked up Big O in the draft, big time center from USC. Even though y'all have Capella, I think Capella could be a mentor to Big O. Not only did y'all do that, y'all also managed to keep Cam Reddish and Wetes, and then y'all picked up Bogdan from Sacramento. Atlanta, y'all really should have the best shooting backcourt in the East at least. Trae Young and Bogdan, that shooting backcourt would be lethal. So Trae Young, can you lead the Atlanta Hawks to the playoffs this year? We know what kind of scorer. We know you was an all-star last year and a great scorer. But can you be a leader and drive this team to the playoffs this year? This is why you're on my list. This is why you have a lot to prove, Trae Young. So Atlanta, Trae Young, try to lead this team to the playoffs. Now, next player I'm going to get to, John Wall. It just seems like John Wall hasn't played in like 5 years. We already know what you have to prove. We all heard the rumors that you want to leave or you want to stay. I don't know which one is it. Either one, it doesn't matter. John Wall, you have a lot to prove. You got to work on your jump shot, obviously. You're literally the fastest player in the NBA when healthy. One of the best point guards in the NBA when healthy. Again, you need to show up more in the playoffs and stay healthy. You and Bradley Beal can be lethal as a great backcourt duo in the NBA. But can y'all lead the Wizards to the playoffs? Can y'all get them back to the playoffs? John Wall, can you at least average 23 points, 10 assists, 2 steals like you was doing before you got injured? We have to wait and see. John Wall, you have a lot to prove because you haven't played in 5 years. Next player we got, James Harden. Either team you go to, we've been hearing rumors about Brooklyn. We've been hearing rumors about Philly. You might say Houston. I feel like you should go to Philly, but if you want to win a championship, definitely go to Brooklyn. I mean, at this point, you should. I mean, I don't like the move, but it's up to you, James Harden. We obviously know you have a lot to prove if you go to either one of those teams. If you say in Houston, if you go to Brooklyn, there's no reason for y'all not to make the NBA Finals. There's no reason at all, Brooklyn. Like, my thing is, it's only one ball. Y'all are all ball dominant. Kyrie, you're ball dominant. KD, you're ball dominant, but KD, you're the most unselfish player on that team. So KD will make that work. I don't know how James Harden and Kyrie would coexist with each other. Personally, it feels like y'all gonna be ISOing everybody and scoring on everybody. But when it gets to playoffs, the game slows down. Some of the players on an opposing team are gonna key on that and defend that. When your shot's off, I don't know who else will be the leading scorer on your team other than KD. So that's my thing. That's why James Harden has a lot to prove. The next person is another Brooklyn Net, and it's KD. Kevin Durant. Yes, you have a lot to prove. Only reason, because you coming back from injury, and they are talking about you being the best player in the league other than LeBron. People saying KD is better than LeBron doesn't make sense at all. KD, you're the best scorer in the league. You're the most unstoppable scorer in the league. So there's no reason for the Brooklyn Nets not to make the NBA Finals. At least. I don't expect y'all to win, but at least make the NBA Finals. KD, I still think you're average 26 points per game. You're the most unstoppable scorer in the league. We've been hearing talks from John Wall and Gilbert Arenas saying you're back. Show it on the court. I want to see. I'm excited to see y'all. I'm honestly excited to see how Brooklyn's going to do this year. So KD, that's why you're on my list. Zion's the next person. Zion Williamson. Zion, you got a lot to prove because you're coming into your second season where the Pelicans, it looked like they kind of upgraded, but at the same time, it's not much spacing now for you. You have Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe. I don't think that's good spacing. But Zion, it looks like you got to prove your shot. If you can learn how to shoot the ball nice, you can potentially be one of the top 5 best players in the league. I'm excited to see how you play, Zion. You can go from an 86 overall in 2K to like a 91 if you learn to shoot the ball and get up down the floor a little better. So Zion, this is why you're on my list. Now, next person we got, Karl Anthony Towns. This is why Karl Anthony Towns is on my list. Timberwolves did an amazing job in the draft this year. Not only they got Anthony Edwards, but they also picked up a nice point guard in Jaden McDaniels, who can also develop from D'Angelo Russell and being a prolific scorer on the team. So you have a big three going on, T-Wolves. You have Karl Anthony Towns, you have Anthony Edwards, and you have D'Angelo Russell. I feel like Minnesota, y'all should at least be a playoff team. Y'all should be like a 7-6 seed. And Karl Anthony Towns, I feel like you're putting up the stats, but can you lead this team to the playoffs? This is why you're on my list. Can you lead this upcoming young, talented Minnesota team to the playoffs this year? This is why you have a lot to prove. Next person, Ben Simmons. I mean, I'm not even going to say much about Ben Simmons. Learn how to shoot the ball, please. You can be the next coming LeBron. Learn how to shoot the ball. You have the rest of the talent. You have everything else. It's great. Just shoot the ball, Ben. Shoot the ball, Ben Simmons. They would keep you. Daryl Morey would keep you if you learn how to shoot the ball. Please. Philly would be a top 3 seed if you learn how to shoot the ball. Ben Simmons. So this is why you have a lot to prove. Next person, Giannis. If he stays or if he leaves, either way, Giannis, you have a lot to prove. It looks like Milwaukee upgraded a little bit by getting Drew Holiday. It would have been way better if y'all managed to get Brock Bogdan. But y'all still managed to get Bobby Portis, Torrey Craig, and some other young players from the team. So y'all upgraded a little bit. Obviously, to me, it's not enough. but it's still enough for y'all to be like a first, second seed in the East. With you on the team, you still managed to have Brook Lopez. You got Jrue Holiday now. Jrue Holiday is a killer, especially in the playoffs. One of the best defensive players in the league. The most underrated player in the league. You have him, and you still have shooters on your team. Giannis, can you manage to get out the second round, Giannis? At least get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and let's go from there. Either team you go to. Now, the last person on my list, and there's a reason why he's on my list, because his teammate went down with an unfortunate season-ending injury. Steph Curry. The reason why Steph Curry is on my list, I feel like Steph Curry can be an MVP this year. If he stays healthy, he has a chance to win MVP this year, because he has to do the most on his team. This is why he has the most to prove. He has a lot to prove, because he has a lot to do. They got James Wiseman in the draft, number 2 pick in the draft, and they managed to get Kelly Oubre, a great pickup. I really like the pickup. And they still got Draymond Green and some young players on the team, the crew. Steph Curry, this is obviously your team, but this is your team to go off. You should be averaging 30 points this year. If healthy, you should be averaging 30 points. Let's see if you can lead this Warriors team to a 4th seed. If you can do that, Curry, they might give you MVP this year. Not going to lie. That's all the 10 players that have the most to prove this year. Comment down below who you think has the most to prove, which players you think has the most to prove, and comment down below if you agree or disagree on my list. And if y'all enjoyed this video, please give your boy a like, and thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, it's been your boy Will, and I'm out.